I think it's Dave to throw first. Game on.
It is Chizzy versus Van Gerwen. This was a semi-final matchup at last year's tournament. And Chizzy averaged 99 and only lost in a last leg decider to the world number one, who averaged 106. It looked like MVG was going to coast to another Euro Tour title of this tournament last year, because he was getting better and better as the weekend went on. 97 average, 97 average, 104 average, almost 106 average. But then he ran into Peter Snakebite Wright, who put in an inspired display to whitewash MVG, 6 legs to 0. Well, that's not happening this weekend, because, as you say, Danny Noppert caused a stir by knocking Peter Wright out. This afternoon's session is one of the greatest sessions of darts ever seen on the Euro Tour. And if tonight lives up to it, we are in for a treat.
Yeah, absolutely superb standard of darts this afternoon. Van Gerwen hits his first maximum of the match, but it's Chizzy down to 127. Won't happen now, so MVG will be back for 81. 41. And an early break.
81.
11 darter, authoritative start from MVG. That's his 9th 180 of the weekend, and he comes into this match averaging 104 for the tournament. That is going to take some stopping. It looked like he was going to be stopped by Darren Webster for one moment this afternoon, but Van Gerwen just found some extra gears, as he always seems to do when he's under pressure. And it was a stunning comeback from Mighty Mike. Could have been different. Webster, having taken out a couple of big finishers, did have a look at a 160 for the match, but he did not get a dart for it.
And Dave Chisnall had a battle of his own this afternoon against Ian White. Chizzy was 4-1 down as he hits his first maximum. And he finished the game with a 12 darter, 2 doubles, double 18 and double 20 to take out 96 to beat Ian White 6-5.
Yeah, couldn't hit a double at the start of the match and then couldn't miss later on, to the point where he even won it double-double.
134.
Back-to-back 11 darters, do you fancy it? Well, a 12 will do. Oh, hey? What are you doing, Michael? Well, that...
54.
He should have gone 18 for ball, and he's either not realised that Chizzy's on a finish, or he's trying to send a message out to Chiz. One which may have hit home.
Interesting stuff at the start of this match, but it's double 16. And has to settle for a 13 darter.
And I genuinely don't know what motivated that dart at 20. Oh, treble 20 would have left double 4. Now, if you've got 2 darts in hands of 68, that's 96. The route you go if your opponent's not on a finish. But if you haven't, you go 18s to leave yourself a dart at the bullseye. Now, the way that Van Gerwen looked at the scoreboard suggests he might not have realised Chiz was on a finish.
Yeah, because he gave that glance to the scoreboard as if to say, yeah.
97.
But we have seen him on the Euro Tour, in finals no less, against Peter Wright this year, where at times he's just gone for strange shots, 97. Strange routes, as if to say, I can hit anything I want. May have been an early 98. Psychological blow that Van Gerwen looked to strike. I mean, Chizzy only replied with a 25 in response, so if it is, the
93.
Complex brain of Dave Chisnall may have been scrambled by Van Gerwen doing that. But it might not have been. Oh, how about that?
Superb pick-off from DC. To leave double 18 when he returns.
Xavier 36. He's on the third leg. Dave Chisnall.
He's on the board. And that brings an end to a run of 16 consecutive legs that Dave Chisnall has lost to Michael Van Gerwen. The last time they met, he was ironed out 6-0.
180.
That's right, that was in Barnsley, wasn't it?
It was a quarter-final in Barnsley in February. The time before that...
180.
was in the final of the Shanghai Masters and he lost 8-0. So look, Chizzy's on the board and that was objective 1.
And they're warming up, you sense, back trading 180s in this fourth leg.
19 between them for the weekend.
57.
MVG head and shoulders above the opposition in terms of European Tour wins, 22. He added the 2 at the start of the year, beating Peter Wright in both finals. It's another 1080.
Oh, Michael van Gerwen, surely not.
139.
Back-to-back 180s from Dave Chisnall and nearly doesn't get a go at the 45, but he does to break, to level for 2-2, double top the target. Oh my word.
25.
You take an average and it was relatively close, but the individual darts themselves, long way off.
An opportunity not for Dave Chisnall, but he couldn't take it. 3-1. MVG leads.
180.
Okay, Chizzy's hit 4 180s and a 174. Chizzy is in a scoring mood.
140.
And that means he's got a chance, because Dave Chisnall, in this sort of scoring form, he's going to get chances even against the best player in the world. But he's got to take them.
140.
5 perfect darts. We have seen the 9-darter missed on the 9th dart this weekend by Rob Cross. We saw Jamie Caven throw a sequence of 10 perfect darts, but one in the middle, caught a flight and fell out the board. But 2 10-darters we've had this weekend. Oh, this is magnificent.
Chizzy's won European Tour win coming back in 2013, the German Darts Championship, beating Peter Wright in Hildesheim. Well overdue an addition to that collection. And double top for 3-2.
Michael to throw first. Game on.
Well, look at that.
140.
130 almost, the first 9 average for Dave Chisnall. 112 overall. 109 for Michael van Gerwen with a 117 first 9. This is 2 world-class players playing at a world-class level. Can they sustain it? We know they can sustain it. We've seen Chizzy average 111 a couple of times on the Pro Tour this year. Seen Van Gerwen average 123.4, the world record for a televised game at the GE Oil and Gas Arena in Aberdeen, which is where we're going on Thursday for the Premier League. Well, I don't think it's actually called that anymore. Oh, my word. Behave.
170.
Behave, Michael van Gerwen.
Well, we mentioned the standard throughout the afternoon for the 3rd round, and the momentum has continued, certainly into this first quarter final. Stunning stuff from both players, but a possible 11-darter being lined up by MVG. 12 darts. No, can't do it, but he will be back with Chizzy not on a finish.
Well, at least he missed outside with that dart at the double 10. If he'd missed inside and left 10, then Chizzy would have a little bit more realistic opportunity.
135.
He's asked the question.
20. Shot the 6th leg.
Answered pretty emphatically. 4-2. Dave Chisnall averaging around about the 111, 112 mark and still 4-2 down. And those 2 missed darts at double in the 4th leg when he'd hit back-to-back 180s. It's the one mistake he's made and he has been punished for it by the world #1, who is playing in a manner that suggests there was a chance to beat him. And it was Darren Webster who had that chance in the last 16 this afternoon. And Webster
100
valiantly came close to knocking out the world #1. Would have been his first win over MVG in 4 years, but he could not quite get over the line.
And when Michael spoke to you afterwards, he said he admitted that he was struggling at the start, but got stronger at the end, and he said he was feeling good, which was probably an ominous sign for the rest of the field in the tournament when MVG is feeling good. And he's certainly looking good tonight. Here we go.
171.
We've had 6 180s, a 174, a 171 and a 170 between these two. We're only in the 7th leg of this game. And that's as good a setup as you could hope to see.
94.
Tops for 5-2, double 10.
84.
Inside.
Debut require 40.
Another chance for Chisnall that you feel he must take.
Finally a mistake from MVG, but Chizzy has to punish, and Chizzy does punish, and it's 4-3, and he's hanging on in there. If you can describe somebody averaging 110 as hanging in there.
100.
First to 6, the quarterfinals, and then first to 7, best of 13 in the semis, and in the final now the first to 8, the best of 15 legs.
Chizzy's last.
174.
Okay, we'll chalk up another big 3 treble visit for these guys. I was about to say that Chizzy's last win against Michael van Gerwen,
123.
it was 2 years ago, but that doesn't tell the whole story, because the number of times they have met since then is phenomenal, because these two are so
95.
good and play so much. They're constantly meeting in the latter ends of tournaments.
Yeah.
And he got a draw in the Premier League. That was actually the decisive game of the Premier League stage. He could have been the only person to prevent MVG finishing top of the league stage of the Premier League. And he missed a dart to do so, and it was a draw, and Van Gerwen finished top. But every other time they've met, and we are talking almost 20 games, it has been won by Van Gerwen. That is why he's had 39 wins from their 50 meetings.
Incredible stats.
Oh my!
Can't take the tops. Well, now.
Debut require 81.
Chizzy to make it all square. Looking at double 12, double 6 across the board, and hits it.
The break back. Chisnall has the throw in this leg and the last leg if we go the distance. He is averaging about the 110 mark, Dave Chisnall. That's his fifth 180. And Chizzy knows that a couple of 12 darters is enough. We won't see a 9 darter on the Euro Tour. You certainly won't see one in this leg. And Chizzy is playing in a manner that suggests he could produce a couple of 12 darters.
Absolutely stunning stuff from the man from St Helens.
60.
Just 60 from Van Gerwen. Chance for Chisnall to turn the screw. Won't do it with a single 3.
42.
Well, doesn't punish MVG there.
But he's 160 points behind nearly.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. He's almost 20 points ahead.
80.
Chizzy is still a decent setup shot and a finish away
140.
from going within a leg. Oh my. I've just totted them up. It is 14 wins out of the last 15. The other one was a draw in the clashes between these two. Chizzy has been waiting, desperate for a victory against Van Gerwen.
58.
And is that miss bullseye crucial
68.
in determining the outcome of this match? Double 4.
Hits it. You can see what that means. You can see how important he knew that double was.
Michael to throw first.
To break back immediately and now find himself throwing for the match. The world number 1 will just take a moment before kicking off this 10th leg.
180.
4 180s for Michael van Gerwen. There have been 9 in this game, and that's not even taking into account all the 174s and 171s and 170s. This has been an astonishing game of darts, continuing the theme of the final day of the European Darts Grand Prix. And Michael van Gerwen could finish it in the most stylish way possible. 1-4-1 for the perfect leg.
Take it away, Dan. Not to be, not to be. But he's still got a job to do, just checking the score with Kurt Bevans.
125.
So back for a possible 10-darter.
140. Michael Levy by 16.
An astonishing game, an astonishing performance, and an astonishing victory for Michael van Gerwen, who averages almost 110 to Dave Chisnall's 107.5. Absolutely mind-blowing, sealed with a 10-darter, and the world #1 is 2 victories away from yet another Euro Tour crown.